Well, hello and happy Valentine's Day. What I love about living in Japan is that us guys get totally spoiled. The girls give the men chocolates on Valentine's Day. However, you can make your own, like these delicious little Irish Valentine whiskey-infused chocolate truffles. You get this hint of Irish whiskey in there, chocolatey, creamy goodness, and it's also easy to make. It's a couple minutes in the kitchen, then after you chill them for a while, you hand roll the little fellows, done. So let's go in the kitchen and make some right now. All right, making these chocolate truffles, we only need 4 main ingredients, and then afterwards some cocoa powder for the dusting. So what we have here is 1 pound or 450 grams of chocolate. I've got dark chocolate. You can use any chocolate you want. You can even use chocolate chips if you wanted to. I just find a good dark chocolate just makes it taste better. And it's been basically finely chopped, small pieces. Then what we have here is 1 cup of heavy cream, that's 35% or higher, 1/4 cup of butter, and 1/4 cup of Jameson Irish whiskey or any other Irish whiskey. So first thing we're going to do is take the cream and add that to our little milk pan. We're also going to toss that butter in there. And all we do now, turn on the heat and keep that low. Remember, it's so easy to burn cream or milk. So keep that low. And just every once in a while, giving the butter a stir. I'm going to heat that up until the butter melts and also until that cream just before it wants to boil. It's just a little tiny bubble starting to form. That's when we're going to stop. So that's probably going to take a minute or two. Especially it's a little cool in here today, maybe 3 minutes. So I'll be back when we've got this heated up, and then it's one more easy step. All right, the butter's all melted. This has just got to the point where it's just about to boil. It's really good and hot. Little bubbles forming around the edges, just a little bit. That's about perfect. So what we're going to do now, turn off the heat. I'm going to take this and just pour it in with the chocolate. Just drizzle it over the chocolate. Trying not to get too much on the counter. And then just stir that chocolate. Melt it with the hot cream and the hot butter. It's all starting to melt. And we're just going to keep stirring it. Get it nice and smooth. And we've still got lumps in there, so just keep stirring that. Keep melting the chocolate with the hot milk or hot cream. All right, now it's starting to come together. See that? So I'll just start stirring it more. Now you can see the lumps in there still, okay? Those are going to melt, but that's why you don't want the chocolate too big. Break it up as small as possible. Actually, it's really hard to break up that small. What I use is I use a knife and a cutting board and just chop it up. All right, now it's starting to get smoother and smoother. Just keep stirring. All right, that's looking pretty smooth. If you got a few little tiny pieces that haven't fully melted, that just adds texture to your truffles. So now what we're going to do, it's time to add the whiskey. In it goes. Take that whiskey and just stir it into the chocolate, and you want to blend it in perfectly. So just keep turning until you get all the whiskey into the chocolate. Okay, looks like we got all the whiskey blended into the chocolate. So now what I'm going to do is, as you can see right now, there's no way you're going to form balls out of that, right? So what you're going to do is take this, cover it, chill it in the refrigerator 2 to 3 hours, or you can leave it in there all day. And then when we bring it back out again, we'll be able to scoop balls out of it and roll them in our hands, and we'll make our truffles. So I'll see you in a few hours. It's been about 2.5 hours that chocolate has become quite solid. So what I've got here is a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder in a small bowl. And we'll make sure we get all the lumps of the cocoa powder, so we're going to throw it into a sifter and just sift that into the bowl. All right. Now, you may not use all the cocoa powder, but you want enough in there, and you might have to replenish sometimes too. Sometimes you end up using a bit more. But about a 1/4 cup usually does the trick. Also, if you want, you can also even roll your truffles into icing sugar for a nice little difference. Things like coconut, shredded coconut, all kinds of things. So what we do now is, this is nice and solid, so I like to take a small spoon like this and scoop out just enough for a ball. Then you can take that in your hands. So what happens is, the heat of your hands, as you roll it, you're rolling the ball between two hands, the heat's going to soften a little bit the outside of the truffle. You dump it in here, look at that. It gets coated with cocoa powder, just like that. I just put one right there. Beautiful. Let's do one in the icing sugar too. So we'll do another one here. Again, just take about that much. Roll it into a little ball. See how it's gotten soft just from my hand? And it's not even warm in here. All right. All right, and there we got one with a white. It's a messy job, but someone's got to do it. All right, I'm gonna roll the rest of those. Get a whole bunch of these. You gotta put them on a tray, or you can put them on a plate. Nice design, anything. All right, enjoy these. These truffles are absolutely delicious. In fact, let's have one right now. Yeah, nice and soft, and just that hint of Irish whiskey in there. Oh, Irish Valentines. Enjoy. Now, if you go to the link appearing on the screen, you can get the free printable recipe for Irish Valentine Whiskey-Infused chocolate truffles on our website. So go print out the recipe. Have fun making and eating these on Valentine's Day or any other day of the year, and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.